What if I told you there's a brand new home crypto mining project that utilizes a solar panel and a miner that will cost you absolutely nothing in electric every single month? Let me introduce you to a brand new project, SolarX. And what's better than one SolarX miner? Two SolarX miners. Huge shout out to the team over at SolarX for sending us an additional unit to give away at the end of today's video. So let's get this brand new home miner unboxed and then learn a little bit more about this project. All right, let's get our brand new SolarX miner unboxed. I'm excited to jump into this. Something new and something different. I've really been enjoying a lot of these projects. I've been getting into a lot of D-pin projects recently as a home miner, just based off of the current state of mining and just those electric rates continuing to climb. So going with something that doesn't have a daily operating cost for electric will be pretty sweet. So check this out. Now, I'm not a super solar connoisseur or anything like that, so I just see a solar panel, which is pretty slick. Look at this. Take a look here. MT20W is what I'm seeing here. And it does have this super long cord that goes into a plug. I assume that's going to go into the miner. Now, we do have a bunch of holes here for mounting, so I'm curious. I'm going to try to reach out to the SolarX community to see if there's anything on Amazon I could buy to make this easily mountable. We'll go out to my shed in a few minutes to show you guys where I'm thinking about putting this. Jumping in here, let's see, we have our manual book, which is great. Outside of that, we do have a box here. Looks like a power cable if you're initially going to need to charge it, which we won't need to, because it does actually, I did some reading and it comes fully charged. The nice thing is when fully charged from the solar panel, you end up having 50 hours of battery life, which I think is insane. So we'll be plenty good. This does look like the wrong type of plug. This is probably for Europe, but that's okay. We'll put this aside. And here she is. Let's take a closer look at this guy, shall we? Wow, this is much larger. Oh my gosh, and heavier. Jeez. I did not expect this to be this heavy. I guess it's because of the battery that we do have inside here. I was trying to figure out that noise. It's actually these panels. These aren't plastic. These are I don't even know what you call these, but a very hard material here. We do have an LED screen, SolarX with their cool logo on the side. Check it out, we got a power button on top. Looks like there's some vents here just to allow some airflow. Now this unit, doing some reading, yes, I did some reading within the manual, is not meant to go outside. The panel is, yes, but not the actual unit. So here is where we're gonna plug in our power cable from the actual solar panel. There's more vents all the way around there. And yeah, there's more on the bottom too, but that's really it. So I'm curious, as I imagine you guys are too, what all is in this thing that makes it a proof of work miner. So let's get this opened up. All right, moment of truth here. Let's get this, oh my gosh. Moment of truth, let's get this opened up. All right, the cables can't really come off of here the way it's attached, but let's take a closer look here. So what in the world are we looking at? So we have our power button on the top. So we can kind of see that right in here at the top. It goes down into this circuit board here, and it's got a bunch of capacitors on it. So I imagine this is kind of our power distribution. I am not super technical. I'm no electrical engineer. So we are going to spit words out and make guesses here, and you guys can correct me down below. So we got a bunch of capacitors here. So some type of power distribution, maybe some type of inverter setup. I'm not exactly sure 100%. However, we can see our battery, which is a big battery. What is this? I can see 5.0 AH. I can't really see the rest of it. We do see our battery cables though come up and go directly into this unit. We also do see that the cables off the back here where the solar panel plugs in goes into there as well. And then there is some cables going to the front to the little LED screen that we do see. Now, on the flip side though, I'm gonna try to angle this. Look, there's a separate board here. I wonder if that's something like a Raspberry Pi or a Raspberry Orange or something of that sort. I can't tell if this is I don't think that's a CPU. I think what I'm seeing is more of like a Wi-Fi card there, which makes a lot more sense. I'm sorry, it is really hard to get in there and see exactly. Maybe at a later date, we'll take this thing fully apart to actually fully understand this. But yeah, there's not a lot to this. So, you know, as our curiosity goes as miners, you know, we're calling it proof of work because of the fact that these units are actually necessary for the network to validate the transactions. And each of these is, this one, from my understanding, does 1.9 watts, which is kind of the horsepower instead of like terahash or gigahash. This entire project kind of bases everything off of watts, which leads me to believe they'll have future units coming out, probably higher watt units, which will probably pay you more. So we need to, these units need to be up and running at all times in order to validate for the blockchain and the transactions that are occurring. So during the day, it's running off the solar panel, but at night, because there's no solar, it utilizes this battery, as we talked about, giving it about 50 hours on battery life, which I'm not surprised because there's really not much to this unit. But yes, very, very cool. I really like this unit. Something to comment on, I did connect with their team. They did have in their first batch, because I know the community is going to ask, in their first batch, they did have some challenges with some of the capacitors. They did swap them out with later batches, so it's very good to know. So I don't know all the details, but I thought I at least would mention that, as there were some people showing some concern about these capacitors in the first batch.
All right, let's go ahead and learn more about the SolarX project. As I mentioned at the top of the video, I am brand new to this project. I am learning as we go, and I'm excited to dive in and get more into this project. If you're a veteran, you've been following this project for a while, and you can educate the viewers and community more on some of the things we talked about today, feel free to comment down below. I would really appreciate it. So over on SolarX.Ai, the platform is packed full of information over here. First off, we have an entire section about the project, has a massive FAQ. I'd recommend, if you're one of those that gets into the nitty-gritty and into the weeds, come over and visit their site. There is a lot of reading material over here. In addition to that, they have a full roadmap listed on their website, and it goes through and breaks it down. So go over and check that out. Now, where's my tokenomic nerds at? Well, they got the whole breakdown here that you can see in full detail. So visit the site if you guys are looking to learn more. I'm not going to go through this line by line. So let's talk about the miner here. What exactly did we get behind us, and what are we giving away? So right now, these units are in pre-order, but hey, I got one right here. I'm going to set up, and I'm going to be giving one away at the end of this video, thanks to the team over at SolarX. So they go for $740, which we're home miners. Anything under $1,000, I think, is within that reason. Once you get well above $1,000, it really does make it hard to invest into as a home miner. They do have them readily available here. They have a 6-month guarantee. Shipping is free worldwide, which is awesome. And it comes with all the cables that you may need. The one thing I read about too in this handy dandy manual here is the fact that the batteries actually come fully powered up and ready to go. And they're fully charged so that you can set this up right out of the gate, which is really nice. So here's a few of their, probably the AI generated or the really cool high resolution images of this unit. It looks like that LED screen does have like a number on it. So I'm curious to see what that is and what that comes with. But this is the miner itself. Now, our next question there is like, I get it. We're miners. We're traditionally people on my channel. You're ASIC miners or you're GPU miners, or you're invested into other DPIN projects out there. Well, they have a mining calculator on their site. And you know, you can even see here, they have listed here, and I want to read this off so you guys understand it too. Just like other mining rigs and ant miners, our devices faces a certain level of difficulty. The higher the wattage on our network and the higher the difficulty, essentially, our device operates on an equation that incorporates all of the watt currently presented on the network. So it's using watt as kind of that measurement for, as we are used to calling, you know, is it terahash or gigahash, whatever that network hash rate is, along with your current watt calculations that you contribute. We calculate the total active watt generated by all the current SolarX miners and distribute them among the miners based on the amount of watts they utilize. So they're looking at it just like we would with normal proof of work mining. What watts you're contributing to the project directly correlates to the profitability that you're paid out in their token. We'll go over that in a minute. Now, they only have one miner as of now, which I validated that this does 1.9 watts. So I type that in, hit calculate here, and we can scroll down and see that per day, this is making just under $3, which is pretty sweet, actually. Like, damn, like $740 for $3 a day. Heck yeah. Per week, $20.80. Per month, almost $100, or about $89.16 total. So that's in today's market. Now, taking a closer look here, this is kind of the dashboard that you do have available once you create an account on their site. This is where you can view your miners. You can also view your SXCH token. And let's go ahead and take a look at that and just exactly how that works here. So going over to CoinGecko, this project is over there already. And the coin is actually on MEXC. If you guys are interested, you know, that's kind of where we go as miners right away. And I don't blame you. Right away, we go to what avenues do we have to liquidate? We got to cover those operating expenses. I totally get it. So right now the project is going for about 3 cents. If we take a look and scroll down, we can see that the all-time high was actually 11 cents. And if we take a look at over the last year, you can see that it's very reflective of some of the lot of crypto projects out there as of early August, not doing the hottest. But the way I view these is an opportunity to stack and build a nice little moon bag on this project, which is absolutely exciting.
All right, let's head outside here and take a look at exactly where I'm thinking about putting this unit. So those of you guys that have followed the channel for a while know that we are a home crypto mining channel, and we have a home crypto mining shed. Nope, that one's storage. This little one right here. We got some exhaust fans on this side, and on this side, whoo, there's that sun, is all of our intake for our shed. And if you're curious, yes, we are running solar, but definitely would not cover everything in our shed here. This is one of 2 sheds. So what I'm thinking, I have another shed at another location. I just have some miners in here, not as much going on as we used to, but we did build out, if you're brand new to the channel, built out the entire inside of this shed for home crypto mining. Has a lot more efficient small box miners now. Used to be packed full of all GPU mining rigs at one point. So here's our intake side of our shed, and here is our exhaust side of our shed. We also have immersion set up there that is not currently powered on at the current moment. So what I'm thinking about doing is actually, you know, I could put the miner right here along with these other small miners. You know, my other thought was locating it, just sitting it right here. You know, I can move this stuff aside, put my SolarX miner right here, and then pretty much where my thought is to come up and out in the corner, just drill a tap in a small little hole, and then go out to where I put the solar panel, making sure that we seal everything up, kind of put all the slack in here, because then if I leave all the slack in here, I can always run it up and relocate it. I could put it right here. You know, I can kind of put it wherever, which I think would work out well. If you're curious, got some evergreen miners, which Chia is not doing so hot right now. Have a solo miner here. We got some jazz miners up top here. Another jazz miner down here. We got some Caspa, as well as some lithium miners up top, as well as some Ice River Caspa miners. And we do have one 12 card 3070 rig on right now that is mining Dynex. And then finally, my son does have an 8 card, he's 11, has an 8 card rig here. They're all 1660 Ti's on NiceHash, getting paid out in Bitcoin. So let's head outside here and take a look. I'll show you where I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about, that sun is quite bright over there. I'm thinking about on this side here, just putting a mount right here, or even on this side here and going upwards, and then putting that panel like right here. The sun, we get a ton of sun throughout most of the day on this side. It's only 1.9 watts, so it doesn't need that much. But yeah, I'm thinking about utilizing that space right here, or just on the back side coming this way. I do not want to put it on the roof here because I don't want to cause any opportunity for any leaks or anything like that. I'd rather stick it right on the wall and seal things up. All right, let's grab our SolarX miner. We'll bring it out here. I'm just gonna set it up right here, just in the grass for now, to get it tested out before we end up mounting anything in the future. All right, so we got our little mini solar panel just laying in the grass right here. It is getting towards the end of the day. We got our long cable set up, and we have our SolarX miner here. So let's take our power cable, plug it in. All right, and let's power this on. Moment of truth, you ready? Ooh, check that out. It's got that cool SolarX screen on there. It is not flickering. It must be something with this shutter rate. It is not flickering like that in real life, I promise. It must be the camera. But yeah, check that out. The light is green there. So what's next? Well, we got our manual book here. Let me read this and see about getting this set up. All right, so it's late day. It's about 7 o'clock. I got everything set up here. This is just temporary. I want to just make sure things work before I actually tried to mount everything. Took a step stool, put the solar panel on there. Sun is kind of setting actually right over there, so it's not even like strong sunlight right now. Let's head inside the shed. We just got this wire running here for now. As I said, all short term, just to make sure things actually work. And we have it sitting right here. And actually, interesting enough, it says mining right now at 4.28 watts. So I do not know if I got a unicorn or what. I even double checked with the team. They said it's supposed to be 1.9 watts. So hey, I'm not complaining. It's just like Silicon Lottery. And we're actually, we got more horsepower than what we expected. I really don't know. I'm still learning a lot about this project.
All right, we've been up and mining for just about 1 hour, actually just a tiny bit more at this point in time. It's now 8 p.m. Eastern, a little bit after the sun has gone down. It's now dark outside. We're still mining though with our Solar Miner X, which is great. And that's where that battery comes in to keep things up and mining even after the sun goes down. Now, our reward pool is actually kind of like our pending or unpaid. And if you click the get reward, then it actually moves it directly over, which I think is pretty slick. So I kind of learned that by clicking the reward button top right. But let's take a look here. So we've been mining for 1 hour. So if we take our 2.62 plus our 4.62, that puts us at 7.24. So let's go over here to CoinGecko. We're on SolarX, and we're going to put in our 7.4 or 24, and that's 22 cents right now an hour. So then if we go ahead and take that amount, 22 cents an hour here, and we times that by 24 hours, we're making about $5.28 a day, which is pretty slick. I mean, especially for something that has zero electric consumption, which is great. $5.28, that's more than some of my full-size ASIC miners. Now, what I did find was this mount, which I think will work really well. I kind of did some research. I did go ahead and order this. So this mount actually has kind of that white flat surface on the back side. So I'm going to secure that, find a way to secure that safely to the unit. And then I'm going to mount this on the side of my shed. I'll link this directly down below if you guys decide to get a SolarX miner and you're like, hey, what mount should I get? This is the one that I'm going to get and test out, and I'll keep you guys updated. All right, so if you're interested in picking up one of these, a few things I learned in the meantime since recording at the top of this video. When you're on your site here, it's $740. When you do order now on their site and you type in the code TheHobbyistMiner, it will then apply a 10% discount to the $740. So that brings it down to $666. I think somebody's just messing with me. 666, come on now. It's a little bit evil, don't you think? So you could pay in their coin or in USDT TRC20, but you have to front load your account with it. So if you come over to their page here, go to the upper left-hand corner, click on home, you do have a USDT TRC20 account and you can withdraw or deposit to this account. You'll just deposit $666. You'll want to make sure that it is on your account before you move forward actually with doing the purchase. Then you can fill this all out. You can select TRC20 and hit confirm payment and off you go. It was a little confusing to me, so I thought I'd go ahead and make sure that I update you guys on that. What do you guys think? pretty dang cool if you ask me. I'm excited to get into a brand new project. So 2 things before we go. First thing, if you guys are interested in buying one of these SolarX miners, feel free to check out the link directly down below, as well as use the promo discount code on their website, The Hobbyist Miner, to get 10% off. Finally, number 2, let's talk about the giveaway, because I know that's why you're here. If you're interested in winning yourselves one of these SolarX miners, they haven't even been released fully yet. So you actually have a full opportunity to get in on this project early. Well, how do you enter to win this giveaway? We're gonna run the giveaway for 1 week. Usually we do a month, this time 1 week. 1 week. And what do you have to do to enter? Comment directly down below in the video description. And all you have to do is say where you would end up installing this if you won. Leave a comment down below on where you would end up installing your SolarX miner if you won this. In 1 week, I'll pick a winner. I'll make an announcement on this post here. I'll also make an announcement on the Discord, on Twitter, and anywhere and everywhere I can to get your attention to let the winner know that they won. All right, guys, good luck in entering the giveaway. Once again, huge shout out to SolarX for sponsoring today's video and providing this giveaway. See you guys next time. What's up, guys? Sorry to interrupt your video, but want to keep you in the know. So are you new at mining, or you're just looking to step into it? You're not sure what hardware you want to buy. You're not sure what build you want to do. Need some help? Maybe you're building your first mining rig and you literally need help step by step installing Hive OS. Maybe you're so far away from mining, but you're looking at it and you just need somebody to bounce some ideas off of. Well, I offer one-on-one calls with the community, and I've done boatloads, some really cool ones. I've helped people set up ASIC miners in the Dominican Republic. I've helped someone troubleshoot their very first GPU mining rig. I've chatted with a guy looking to open up a farm and just wanted a sounding board. I've helped someone else build and set up and configure their brand new Caspa miners. Well, I'm here to help, and I'd love to work with you. If you guys need one-on-one help, I offer it, and I love doing it. So there's a link directly down below to thehobbyistminer.io. Go over there and schedule some time with me. All right, back to the video.